On their anniversary, my sister opened a gold ribbon box and pulled out a house key, the family gift. Oh, the sheer, gut-wrenching injustice of it all. At their anniversary, they gave my sister a house key, wrapped in a gold ribbon like some precious trophy. Me? They just handed me a crummy printed job posting. My dad looked at me and actually said, "This seems more your speed." What they didn't know was that he had already forged my signature to buy that very house. But I just smiled. Oh, I smiled. And then I handed them a gift that drained the color right from their faces. Imagine having your entire childhood, your very existence within your family, slowly erased. And then, as a grand finale, the very people who orchestrated it all hand you a job advertisement for an entry-level position. What do you do when your own flesh and blood not only betray you, but then smile as they hand you the knife? The rain had been my constant, unwelcome companion all the way from Virginia, drumming a relentless rhythm against the windshield, as if it had something personal to tell me. I pulled into my parents' driveway in Pennsylvania just after 3 that afternoon, my headlights barely piercing the thick, indifferent mist. The porch light, a faint, sickly glow, seemed to mock the curtain of gray hanging over everything. My trunk clicked open with a weary sigh as I finally stretched my legs after 6 grueling hours of tight-shouldered driving. My hands were still damp from gripping the wheel too long. Chloe's spotless white SUV was already parked out front, gleaming even in the dim light. She'd probably flown in, completely bypassed the storm, as usual. I stood there for a beat, watching the wipers on her car slowly come to a halt, a strange calm before the inevitable. Then I grabbed my overnight bag and the small gift I'd wrapped the night before, a photo album, something I'd spent weeks curating with pictures from our childhood, trying to recapture a sense of togetherness that felt increasingly distant. I knocked twice, then pushed the door open, just like I'd always done. Except this time, it didn't feel like home. It felt polite. "Harper, you made it," my mother, Susan, said, glancing up from the kitchen island. Her voice was too bright, a practiced cheerfulness that instantly set my teeth on edge. Chloe was already seated on one of the bar stools, laughing at something David, my father, had said. She turned her head over her shoulder, waving dismissively, her diamond engagement ring catching the faint light like a tiny, arrogant star. "You look tired," she chirped. "Long drive," I mumbled, setting my bag down by the stairs, feeling the familiar weight of being observed and judged. "Hi, Dad." He just nodded, not bothering to stand. "You should have come last night. We had cocktails." I forced a smile, the muscles in my face aching. Caught in traffic through Delaware, added almost 2 extra hours. Chloe slid off the stool, her heels clicking sharply against the tile. She gave me a quick hug, arms barely touching, more of a formality than affection. Her fiancé, Liam, offered a firm handshake like I was a colleague he barely remembered from a networking mixer. My gaze drifted to the center of the island. There, wrapped perfectly in gold ribbon, was a box. The kind of wrapping you got from a high-end boutique, not a drugstore. Chloe kept glancing at it, her eyes gleaming with anticipation. "You didn't have to bring anything," Mom said, her eyes landing on the photo album in my hands. "But thank you." She took it, placing it beside a stack of paper towels as if it were a grocery list. I bit the inside of my cheek until I tasted copper. Dinner around 6 was a performance. Chloe had changed into a floral dress while I was still in my travel jeans.